I only get stuck in my own judgments. It may seem I am trying to help the whole, but if it's my idea of the whole, I can get stuck in that too. This idea may seem good, but can also cause conflict. And that's Nisargadatta Maharaj talks about the fact that don't try to save the world. Those that are trying to save the world do a lot of harm. You know, when you have an idea of what's good for others, that's a troubling thing. Because others are your own self, and you are forming an I am somebody else that has ideas and beliefs that are good for other people. No. Trying to be part of the total functioning, and whenever I catch myself believing that I'm not part of the total functioning, whenever I start believing in the dream and distancing myself from the reality, whenever an I am somebody else is being formed, I mantra. I remain with my selfless self. I remain formless. If I see a form being formed, which I'll see this, you know, you see when it's like, even if it's been, you know, if you're really caught up in something, the second that you see you're caught up in it, mantra. You know, this is not the reality. The reality is a formless existence, and these are forms that are interacting in this way. Basically, it's, again, empty flesh animated by selfless self with concepts and beliefs about itself, moving about. And the form is the 5 elements. It came from the 5 elements. It goes back to the 5 elements. And then, like it's talked about, the gunas kind of sway the energy for this way or that way. And then the appearance is that there's actually a story and activities. But all this story is created in mind. The continuity. Because this was this way last time, it'll be this way this time. Because you behaved in this way last time I saw you, I approach you as if you're going to behave this way, and I lose how you really are because I'm running a script over how you really are in my mind. That's not the reality, but I'm perceiving that as the reality through mind.
You're trying to stop the river, you know, because whoever, everything is different in situation because the totality is never the same from moment to moment.
That's correct. And that's why human beings as a whole don't like change. Because change kind of reminds you that, yeah, it's always flowing. It's always going to be change. The only constant is change. The constant that's observing the changes is the selfless self, who is totally unconcerned with what's appearing on the screen that it's watching in the movie theater. You know, Ramana Maharshi says, if the screen is wet, is it affecting you at all? No. If the screen is having a terrible fire and house is on fire and all this, is it affecting the person that's sitting in the audience watching the screen on the, no. And that's the position. You're not trying to block it. You're not trying to change anything. You're doing your duty. Do your job, do your duties, what's right in front of you. Focused completely on that, fresh and clean without any ideas or beliefs being carried into that moment. And mantra allows this to be seen clearly. You know, the whole idea of the Bhagavad Gita and Arjuna going in there and charging a battle, like I don't know if you've ever seen Game of Thrones and stuff, when those guys are like charging and the swords are swinging and all that. Can you imagine not having any ideas or beliefs about yourself in that? That's mantra, where you can go into this situation remaining with your selfless self. You know, I mean, none of us will ever be in like battles like that probably, but that's the whole concept. The whole idea of this is that, yes, Arjuna went into battle knowing that he was not a warrior, that he was just doing what was right in front of him. And the same can be done in daily life with mantra. You're going into whatever this is, mantra, remain with your selfless self. Don't allow attention to go out. You know, if you're sitting in the, and the horses start to buck or whatever, pull the reins in, meaning pull the attention back. You know, mind starts to move and I am somebody else. I want this, or I don't want that, or, oh, I'm fearful of that. The root is I am somebody else. I am is just the sense of existence. I am somebody else is a mind created thing that other things stick to.